Now that a few moments back, we spoke about religions. As you well said, and I too kind of agree with your point that religions really divide this world. The whatever things are going around us, a lot of killing, wars, people kill each other, a lot of confusion in the world on the basis of religion. That's I think the first reason for this world to be in this bad state, isn't it?
It is actually. If you
Now,
honestly go in, I totally agree with you.
yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. Even I do believe that. What's the importance of spirituality in today's world?
Okay, so religion usually says my way is right and your way is wrong. And then unfortunately, it goes even further that if you don't follow my way, then I'm going to marginalize you or tell you you're a bad person. Or I grew up in the West where I was told I'm going to go to hell forever if I don't follow a particular way. And normally, the people who were shouting and screaming this at me, I don't want to be like you, and I don't want to go and I just didn't want anything to do with any of that. And then I was told that uh, a great soul once said that how can a finite cause have an infinite effect? He said it's impossible to burn in heaven, burn in hell forever, impossible. I said, oh, thank you, because I've been told that my whole life. So if we look at religion in that way, then let's look at spirituality in a way that is inclusive, in a way that's embracing, in a way that says you and I were actually one. All of these differences are Maya, they're delusion. Let's take steps to figure out how can we overcome differences? How can I think that you have part of the puzzle, I have part of the puzzle, and let's help each other rather than having a limited, narrow thinking that only my way is right. That just doesn't work. And the world, it's really at a point right now, it really needs to pick these things up and think about them deeply, because otherwise things can go in a really bad direction. And look, I leave that up to God. I can just do my part and try to help people understand. But in essence, we are all one, and religion shouldn't divide us. I want to say this is an important point on this, actually, is um, it is a good thing to be loyal to a path and take that and have a person and go deeply into his or her teachings. But we cannot think, now that means my way is right and this way is wrong. That is just incorrect. And here's the deep point, that it is fine for us to analyze other people and to say, okay, I think that way's working and this way's not working. But the moment that we get into a state of judgment and say, that guy's not good and I am good, then that starts promoting ego. And the essence of all spiritual paths are to transcend ego. You know, I'm a renunciate. We have this order, the Nayaswami order. And so I will never get married, and that I try as much to live a simple life. But renunciation really, and this is true for all spiritual paths, renunciation truly is of the ego. That all renunciates are really trying to get rid of this thought of I am the doer, and realize that, well, who is it speaking through both of us right now? Who is it that's listening? It's God listening through us. It's God speaking through us. And people shouldn't be afraid to say that. In the beginning, it's a little bit scary, like, me? Like, God, no, no. Like, we think he's way over there. And I think he loves me and he gives me some blessings sometimes. But no, he's actually within each one of us. And we are all channels. And so, to the degree that we can feel God's presence flowing through us, within us, then this is the degree that we are reaching the heights of spirituality. And this is where we feel all oneness. And then it's quite all right to see someone making a mistake. But then in that way, we feel, I too am in him. I'm just a little bit more aware because I already made that mistake in a past lifetime. But I'm not saying I'm so good and he's so bad. My religion's so right and his religion is so wrong. See, he's doing this thing. True spirituality emphasizes we are all one. And if my brother is making a mistake, and if he wants my help to educate, of course I'll give the education. And I believe every human being can educate me as well.
That's how our conversation began off camera,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
So nice, so interesting. And as you said that, like the religion kind of, there's a bit of ego in that.
Yes.
However, in spirituality, the ego doesn't exist. It shouldn't exist. isn't it? When it comes to Ananda, the movement, the international movement, I would say, it's pretty popular worldwide, isn't it? You conduct a lot of events, isn't it? You conduct a lot of, knowledge sessions, online, offline. You travel a lot. So, how many countries have you traveled so far?
Never counted, but let's just say many, so we're not sitting here counting. And I love traveling because, as we were saying, each person has something to teach us. All the cultures of the world, if we all come together, different cultures are good at different things. And if we can learn from one another, wow, what a beautiful world. And I'm not going to say it could be, it will be. That the world will progress on and on. God is in charge of it, even though things might look a little bleak right now. Things will always happen for the good and for the better, and we will all come together. The choice is, do each one of us as individuals want to be part of that? But our organization, it's worldwide. You can look it up online, and we have a website, Find Ananda Near Me, wherever your city is or whatever. And no, we don't have centers in every country, but we have a large online presence, and we travel a lot. And wherever God sends us and wherever there's a sincere desire to want to understand this path more deeply, certainly we will go there one way or the other.